everyone. Today we will understand about gerunds. So we all know that verbs are of two types, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs can be further classified into three categories: participle, gerunds, and infinitives. So we have already covered participle and infinitives in our previous videos, and today we will talk about gerunds. Let's understand about it with the help of few examples. John is reading a book. In this sentence, is reading is a verb which is showing progression, right? An action in progress. Reading improves our knowledge. In this sentence, we have two verbs, reading and improves. Improves is a finite verb because it changes according to the subject or the tense. So here, because my subject is singular, that is why I have used singular verb. So it is a finite verb because it changes as per the number or the tense. But here, if you talk about reading, reading is the ing form of verb and it is a non-finite verb. Why? Because it will not change as per the tense. It will remain the same. And over here, this reading is working as a noun. Similarly, sleeping in the afternoon is not good for health. In this sentence, the verbs are sleeping and is. Is a finite verb because it will change according to the number of the subject. But sleeping, it is the ing form of the verb and it is non-finite because it will not change according to the subject or the tense. Along with it, it is also over here working as a noun. So, we can say that the ing form of verb which acts as a noun in a sentence is known as a gerund or a verbal noun. Why verbal noun? Because gerunds are actually verbs which act as a noun. Mihir admitted stealing the money. In this sentence, we have two verbs, admitted and stealing. But here, stealing is working as a noun. It is the ing form of verb and it is non-finite. So whether you change the number of the subject, if it is they, then also stealing will remain the same. It will not change. So it is a non-finite form of verb and it is over here not showing progression, right? So it is not working as a verb. It is working as a noun. So it is a gerund. Swimming is good for you. Here, swimming, it is the ing form of verb and it is a non-finite verb because it will not change according to the tense or the number of the subject. And it is working over here as a noun. That is why it is a gerund over here. Gerunds can also be used as a subject or an object in a sentence. For example, I like painting. Here, painting and like, these are the two verbs. But here this painting is not showing progression, right? So here this verb is working as a noun. So this is the ing form of verb which is working as a noun. So it is a gerund. And here this painting is also working or used as an object. Cooking is one of my hobbies. In this sentence, I have two verbs, cooking and is. Is a finite verb which will change according to the number or the tense. But cooking is the ing form of verb which is working as a noun. It will not change according to the tense or the number. That is why it is a non-finite verb. So here this cooking is working as a subject, whereas here painting, which is a gerund, is working as an object. These are few verbs which are always followed by a gerund. For example, enjoy, avoid. He avoids going to market alone. Here going is a gerund because it is an ing form of verb, but it is working over here as a noun. Similarly, understand, recommend. These all are few verbs which are always followed by a gerund, an ing form of verb which works as a noun. Now, at times we get confused between gerunds and present participle. So, just to make you clear about it, a gerund is actually a verbal noun, whereas a present participle is a verbal adjective. Verbal adjective means a present participle is a verb which acts like an adjective. But why we get confused over here? Because gerund is also an ing form of verb, and in present participle also we use ing form of verb. But here again I am repeating that we use the ing form of verb as an adjective, but over here we use this ing form of verb as a noun. I am tired of your grumbling. Here grumbling is the ing form of verb, and it is a non-finite verb because grumbling will not change according to the subject or the tense. So it is working as a noun. It is non-finite and it is working as a noun. So that is why it is a gerund. Grumbling children are never satisfied. Here we have used grumbling, but here this grumbling is used as an adjective because it is qualifying the noun children. So that is why this grumbling is a present participle. Crying children are not liked usually. Here, crying is the ing form of verb, but here it is working as an adjective. So it is qualifying the noun children. So that is why it is a present participle. Whereas, crying will not get you anywhere. In this sentence, this word, crying, is the ing form of verb. It is a non-finite verb, and here it is working as a noun. So that is why it is a gerund. The child was scared by the barking of a dog. Here, barking is the ing form of verb. It is a non-finite verb because it will not change according to the tense and the subject. But it is working as a noun over here. That is why it is a gerund. Barking dogs seldom bite. Here, barking is ing form of verb which is working as an adjective and it is qualifying the noun dogs. So that is why over here barking is a present participle, right? So this is how we can differentiate between a gerund and a present participle. I repeat that gerunds are ing form of verb, but they are used as a noun, and present participles are also ing form of verb, but they are used as an adjective in a sentence. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood the concept of gerunds and the difference between gerunds and present participle. Go through the PPT again for better understanding of the concept. Thank you. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and do subscribe the channel for more such videos.